As we grow older, something remarkable begins to happen. Our eyesight may soften, our steps may slow, but our inner perception sharpens. We become more aware of energy, intention, and subtle patterns, not because we've suddenly become suspicious, but because we've lived long enough to recognize the truth that hides behind politeness, the silence behind smiles, and the shadows behind kindness. Age does not make us blind, it awakens us. And yet, as we reach our 60s, 70s, and beyond, a painful reality surfaces. Some people don't treat us with the same warmth and respect they once did. Why? Because their feelings have changed. Some are jealous of our peace, some are afraid of their own aging, and some silently begin to resent us. They won't say it, they won't shout it, but they will show it in quiet withdrawal, in passive remarks, in the way they stop clapping when we rise. That is why today's message is vital. 7 hidden signs someone secretly hates you as you get older. Because awareness is power, and your time, dignity, and spirit are too precious to be wasted in the shadows of someone else's resentment. Let us begin. Sign 1. Coldness in small moments. There is a silence that speaks louder than words. You walk into a room and suddenly the energy shifts. A conversation stops. Eyes avoid yours. A comment you make, meant to spark a laugh, falls flat like a dropped glass. And though no one says anything unkind, your soul feels it. Something is off. This is the first sign, emotional distance, masked by politeness. People who used to reach out no longer do. Conversations become short, distracted, and impersonal. Invitations stop coming. Your presence, once celebrated, is now tolerated. But hear me clearly. You did not become less worthy. You became wiser. And that wisdom makes some uncomfortable, because it reminds them of what they have not yet faced in themselves. Carl Jung said, "What you resist not only persists, but grows in size." Coldness is not always about you. It often reflects their resistance to your truth, your strength, your calm. And their quiet hostility is their way of trying to shrink your light, because they can stand to face their own darkness. But you feel it. You've lived long enough to know coldness isn't confusion, it's clarity in disguise. Sign 2. Passive-aggressive remarks that erode you. Not every insult wears a mask of anger. Some wear a smile. You still drive? That's brave. Oh, you remember that? Are you sure? Must be nice to have time to just sit around these days. These are not innocent remarks. They are needles disguised as ribbons. This second sign is passive hostility. People masking their bitterness with sarcasm, honesty, or subtle digs. They don't have the courage to confront their discomfort, so they bleed it into your self-esteem. Why? Because your peace, your wisdom, your freedom, it triggers something in them. It reflects everything they've ignored. Regret, insecurity, the fear of aging without peace. And so, they attack what they see, your calm, your joy, your independence. They mock it to feel taller. They jab to feel relevant. But remember this, small jabs are not small. Over time, they create a slow leak in your soul. They make you doubt your memory, your vitality, your value. But you are not here to be chipped away. You are here to stand fully in your truth. Do not mistake sarcasm for intelligence. Do not accept jokes that leave you hurt. Sign 3. Absence when you need them most. True love shows up. Hidden resentment walks away. One of the deepest betrayals is silence in your moments of pain. You fell ill and no one called. You lost someone dear and no one checked in. You mentioned being lonely. They quickly changed the subject. This third sign is the absence of empathy. People who once claimed to love you now vanish when you need them. Not because they're busy, not because they forgot, but because being around your vulnerability reminds them of something they're running from. Their own. Carl Jung once said, loneliness does not come from being alone, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. When you hurt and they don't respond, they are communicating clearly, you are no longer their emotional priority. But let me tell you something they've forgotten. Your pain is valid. Your need is human. Your presence is sacred. You deserve more than to be remembered when it's convenient. You deserve to be seen in your storms, not just your sunshine. Sign 4. Compliments that carry poison. You look good for your age. I admire how you don't worry about fashion anymore. Must be nice to nap whenever you want. These are not compliments. These are veiled insults dressed up to pass as kindness. This fourth sign is the erosion of dignity through backhanded praise. It's when someone pretends to lift you up, but only if you stoop lower first. And sadly, this happens more as we age, because many people can't stand to see strength in someone they've labeled old. It breaks their illusion. It unsettles their ego. They want you to shrink so they feel tall. But you must not bow. You have earned your confidence. You have earned your smile. And anyone who needs to coat praise in vinegar does not respect your journey. They resent it. You are not here to be tolerated. You are here to be celebrated. And 5, they can't be happy for you. Nothing reveals hidden resentment more clearly than someone's inability to celebrate your joy. You share a success, a trip, a blooming flower in your garden, and they go silent. They offer no smile, no excitement, just a nod. Or worse, a comment that dims the moment. Must be nice. Well, I guess you had time for that. Some of us still have responsibilities. This is the 5th sign. The refusal to rejoice with you. Why? Because your happiness exposes their unrest. Your glow highlights their shadows. Instead of seeing your peace as inspiration, they see it as a threat. But you must not stop shining. You did not reach this chapter of life to dim your light for anyone's comfort. Your joy is not arrogance. It is the reward of a life hard lived. It deserves to be felt fully, shared freely, and protected fiercely. And if someone cannot clap when you rise, they were never in your corner. 6, they only call when they need something. You know this pattern too well. You haven't heard from them in weeks. But then, ring. They need a favor, a ride, money, babysitting, help. And once they get what they want, silence again. This is the 6th sign, transactional relationships. You are no longer seen as a person with needs, stories, and soul. You are seen as a tool, a means to their end. Carl Jung warned of this projection. When people cannot face their guilt or dependency, they rewrite the story to make you the problem. She has nothing else going on. He's just bored and clingy. No, you are not a tool. You are not here to be used and shelved. You are allowed to expect emotional connection, not just convenience. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to stop answering calls that drain your spirit. This is your time to be nourished, not exploited. Sign 7. They mock what matters to you. Your faith, your routines, your music, your joy in dressing up or drinking tea slowly in the morning. When someone belittles the sacred parts of you, it's not just a joke. It's an insult to your identity. Or you still go to church at your age? You dressing up for what? No one's looking. You talk to your plants like they're people. This is the 7th and most painful sign. Mockery of your essence. Why do they do this? Because your groundedness, your rooted joy threatens their chaos. Your stillness unsettles their restlessness. So they try to reduce it by laughing at it. But listen closely. Mockery is not humor. It's projection. And projection is pain trying to find a place to land. You are not ridiculous for loving what you love. You are radiant for it. The way you honor life, even in small things, is a sign of deep spiritual mastery. Do not let anyone make you feel small for having a soul. As you grow older, something becomes beautifully non-negotiable, your peace. And peace is not passive, it's powerful. It comes from knowing who you are and no longer tolerating anything less than mutual respect. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." These 7 signs are not just warnings, they are awakenings. And now that you are awake, you have a choice to draw boundaries, to choose peace over politeness, to walk away without guilt, to let go of anyone who doesn't honor your light. You have nothing to prove, not anymore. Your kindness does not require blindness. You can forgive and still walk away. You can love and still protect your soul. Aging is not decline, it is ascension. And from this higher place, you can finally see who was real and who only stayed when they could benefit. Release the ones who resented your glow and never ever dim it again. Thank you for watching. If you felt this message stir something in you, comment below. Which sign did you recognize? What shift will you now make? Subscribe, share, and stay connected, because this journey isn't over, it's just beginning, with more light, more clarity, and more peace than ever before. Stay strong, stay awake.